Wilma Lee Cooper was the first of 3 daughters born to Jacob Leary, a coal miner in Valley Head, West Virginia. He had organized his family into one of the great gospel music groups of our time. Jake, Mrs. Leary, her brother Lanta Ware, and 3 girls, Wilma Lee, Jerry, and Peggy, became famous in their home region, won a contest sponsored by Eleanor Roosevelt for the National Folk Festival in 1938, and began their own radio show in Harrisonburg, Virginia. In time, Uncle Lanta quit the group to go back to teaching, and a new fiddler was needed. So they hired a young fiddler from nearby Harmon, West Virginia, named Dale Stoney Cooper. Wilma Lee and Stoney fell in love, were married, and they played with the family for a while before striking it out on their own as a performing duo with the Clinch Mountain Clan. In 1947, they became regulars on the WWVA Jamboree in Wheeling, and 10 years later, they were asked to move to Nashville to join the cast of the Grand Ole Opry. That husband and wife team of Wilma Lee and Stoney Cooper became well known, performing at the Opry and across the country until Stoney died in March of 1977. But Wilma Lee has chosen to continue as a regular at the Opry, singing and playing the music that's always been a part of her life. The concert you're about to hear was recorded on October 20th, 1974, as part of the Smithsonian Institution's Women in Country Music series. Joining Wilma Lee and Stoney Cooper on stage, fiddler Tex Logan, and opening with Stoney Cooper, members of their band, George McCormick, Bill Carver, Michael Lattimore, and Sam Pruitt. Stoney Cooper with the Clinch Mountain Clan.
Let's have a nice hand for a fiddle man. Let him hear
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much there, Mike. I'll share that with you, that nice applause. Thank you a lot there. Here's a little lady that was the best thing that happened to me in my whole life, I guess, is when I met her. But I'd like for you to make her welcome here because this is really her night, and I want to turn it over to her because I'm so very, very proud of her, and she has been a great, great partner for me. A nice hand for Wilma Lee.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Way out in Reno, Nevada, where moonlight comes and goes, a great Philadelphia lawyer was in love with a Hollywood maid. Come, love, and we will wander out where the lights are bright. I'll get you a divorce from your husband, and we can get married tonight. Now, Bill was a gun-toting cowboy, and notches were carved on his gun. from riding the range in the cold. He dreamed of his Hollywood sweetheart. Her love was lasting as gold. As he drew near her window, a shadow he saw on the shade. 'Twas a great Philadelphia lawyer making love to his Hollywood maid. Your hands are so pretty and lovely, your form so rare and divine. Come go with me to the city and leave this wild cowboy behind. Now back in old Pennsylvania, beneath those beautiful pines, there's one less Philadelphia lawyer in old Philadelphia tonight. Now back in old Pennsylvania, beneath those beautiful pines, there's one less Philadelphia lawyer in old Philadelphia tonight. His age is 7 years today. He don't know what it is to play. Each night before he goes to bed, this little prayer he always said. Now I lay me down to rest. Please, Mom, please give me happiness. I'm praying so my dreams come true, so I can walk and play with you. His name, they call him Willie Roy. He's just a little crippled boy. And now the tears roll down his cheeks. I rubbed them all so he can sleep. Someday I hope you can go out and walk with me and play about. I won't scold if you should cry. So son, be good, my son, good night. Now I lay you down to so much. And as Stoney said, it's really an honor to come out and be here at the Smithsonian Institute and working for all of you wonderful folks out here, playing some of the old-timey music like Stoney and the boys and I was raised on. Stoney and I, as he said, comes from the hills of West Virginia. And I was raised on a farm, and Stoney was raised on a farm, although my mother was a school teacher and my father a coal miner. But I've worked on the farm just like a man because there was no boys in our family, and I was the oldest girl. So I've pulled a cross-cut saw with my dad many a time out there on that farm, dug many a row of potatoes, hoed many a row of corn. I got the hands to show it, too.
Still got the calluses, I'll tell you that.
But anyway, we enjoyed those days back on the farm, and I know my family would gather around after the work was done of an evening. Before we'd go to bed, we usually went to bed just at dark. We never lit a lamp. We didn't have electricity. We had the old-timey kerosene lamps. But before we'd go to bed, Mother and Dad and the two sisters of mine, we'd gather around the organ and Mother'd play. We'd sing some of the old-time hymns. That's all my mother and Dad sung, was gospel songs. But we'd always sing most every evening. And then, of course, Sunday afternoon, we'd sit on the porch and we'd sing all afternoon. But I remember those days. It's nice to come and share some of these songs with you folks over here tonight. Here's one more, Stoney.
No, you've got several to go. These folks just want to hear Wilma Lee, and I'm sure that's the way they come, and you just be that way.
Thank you. Here's a song that I recorded back in 1946 when we were working at a radio station in Asheville, North Carolina. We worked down there about 4 months before we came to Wheeling, West Virginia. And this is a song, there was a record company came to us. We'd never recorded. And back then, it was a great honor to get to record. And we recorded 16 songs in a record session. Now, usually today, if you can do 4 in a record session, you're lucky. But that night, we did 16 numbers. And this is one of the numbers that I did, the Tramp on the Street. Only a tramp on Lazarus' sad fate, he who lays down at the rich man's gate, he begged for the crumbs of the rich man to eat. He was only a tramp found dead on the street. He was some mother's darling, he was some mother's son. Once he was fair and once he was young. Some mother brought him her darling to sleep. Then they left him to die like a tramp on the street. Who died on Calvary's tree, shed his life's blood for you and for me. They pierced his sides, his hands and his feet. Then they left him to die like a tramp on the street. tramp on the street. Thank you so much. When my family started in radio in 1938, the way they got their start, we started singing in all the churches in our part of the country over there in driving distance in West Virginia. And my mother was a real high singer. My daddy was one of the finest bass singers, country bass singers, anywhere around. And of course then there was the three girls. So we had a family group and we all of us sung together. We'd sing the old-time hymns that were part songs. And I know when we went to Harrisonburg, Virginia, the way we got to be on the radio station there, my family entered a contest Mrs. Eleanor Roosevelt was sponsoring called a folk music show she was having here in Washington, D.C. This was in 1938. So we entered that contest in West Virginia. And in our section, in our region there that we were in, my family won the contest. Then after they had all of the contests, they brought all the winners together for one big contest. My family won it. So they brought us to Washington, D.C. in 1938, representing our home state of West Virginia for the National Folk Festival. And then we went back home, and going back home, we stopped at this radio station in Harrisonburg, Virginia, called WSVA. And my dad went in, and he talked to the manager and told him where we'd been, so they asked us to sing a program that was on I believe it was on a Sunday afternoon we was coming back. So we went in and we did a 15-minute program. And then the manager asked my dad if we could do a show there every day. So my dad said, no, said we can't come over here every day. It was 75 miles from where we live. So we can't come every day, but we might be able to come over here once a week, like on Saturdays. So we went over and we started doing Saturday shows for them. And then the request came in for us to appear like at the churches and the high schools, the lawn parties they were having down there. Then school was out, so my dad decided, well, we'll go over and we'll be on every day. So that's how we started in radio in Harrisonburg, Virginia. Here's one of the songs that was my featured solo, 1938, when we went to Harrisonburg, Virginia. And I'll tell you some more about it when I finish here, too. In the beautiful hills, in the midst of Roane County, is where I have roamed for many long years. There's where my heart's been tending most ever. There's where the first step off this fortune I made. I was about 20 years when I courted and I married a man to give breath was then named my wife. Her brother stabbed me for some unknown reason. Just 3 months later I had taken Tom's life. For 25 years, this old world I rambled. I went to old England, to France and to Spain. I picked up my gear, caught a ship the next morning. I came back home and was caught again. I was captured and tried in the village of Kingston. Not a man in the county would speak one kind word. When the jury came in with the verdict next morning, a lifetime in prison were the words that I heard. When the train she pulled out, her mother stood weeping. sigh. The last words I heard was Willie, God bless you. Was Willis, God bless you, God bless you, goodbye. When the train pulled out, it was about 11:30, and the chains they were tight, and the handcuffs were tight. When the train left the station, about 11:30, Willie, God bless you, goodbye. Thank you so much. As you notice, that is a man's song. A man's supposed to sing that song, but back then it didn't matter if a woman sung a man's song because it just was that way. Nowadays, a woman wouldn't sing that song without changing the words around. It's a true song. Roy Acuff and his group came to Harrisonburg, Virginia in 1938, and there was a week of little theaters around in that section that they played, and they stayed in Harrisonburg, Virginia, and would drive out these few miles to these different towns. So he came up and he was a guest on my family's program each day of the week that he was there. And I sang that song one day, and Roy Acuff said, I've got to have the words to that song. So I sat down, and he said, in return, I'll give you the words to Sparkling Blue Eyes. So we traded songs. He gave us the words to Sparkling Blue Eyes, and I gave him the hills of Roane County. He went back to Nashville, Tennessee. In a couple, 3 weeks, we got a letter from him. And he said that I couldn't sing the song on the radio station because it had true names in it. Kingston is a city or a small village in Tennessee. Danny Gleason, who was the man on the train. Amanda Gilbreth, the man that he had married. Of course, Willie was his name, Willis. And all of those names were names of folks, and so they wouldn't let them use it on the radio station. Roy Acuff got a man and had the man to write another song, and you'll remember it when I tell you. He wrote it almost the same story, just changed the story a little, used exactly the same tune, and had a hit record with a song called Precious Jewel.
Yeah.
Right. All right. Thank you, Stoney.
All right, I think we'd better have you do just one more. They're kind of quick like, and I'll let you select it. And if you want to do something faster, well, we'll go into that, or whichever you would like to do. But you was talking about Roy.
We recorded one of his songs, which was, he didn't write the song, it's older than that. Mm-hmm. But this was before Roy Acuff had the big hit records on the Wabash Cannonball and the Great Speckled Bird. So I'd like to do that one for you because we'd been singing that one for years, my family, the Great Speckled Bird. What a beautiful thought I am thinking concerning a great speckled bird. Remember her name
open up.
When he cometh descending from heaven on the clouds as he rides in his word, I'll be joyfully carried to meet him on the wings of that great speckled bird.
Well, let's get over here to our 5-string banjo picker and kind of roll right along here. And Mike, I'll tell you what we'll have you do. Let's just have you do something from the theme from Bonnie and Clyde, and you know what that is, of course. And I'd like you to kind of give him a little start out there and get him started here. All right, Mike, y'all ready? Let it go there. Thank you very much. We like to kind of feature our fellas here and have them at least do one around. So, Bill, pick out one with your dobro guitar because we just kind of show you fellas off a little bit too because we got all kinds of talent standing around here. We don't want to do it all or hog it up. Let me say it that way.
All right, Stoney, if I can get close to Wilma Lee to where I can hear that D28, why, I'll do a little bit of the steel guitar chime. There we go.
Join with me, Tex. Let's do a little bit of the Orange Blossom Special. Here we go now.
That part, A. Which part? In A?
Thank you so much. Thank you. You're very kind. We had so many requests to do one of the gospel songs here, and we'll slow the tempo down just a little bit here. That kind of lets me get my breath. So, Bill, if you'll just come over around us, if you can sing right with us, if you will. And George just takes in all the fellas. And song that we've recorded this 2 different times, I believe 3 different times, once on Columbia, once on Hickory, and then another label that wanted it for their album cover and title song called Walking My Lord Up Calvary's Hill.
On the cross as he hung in, shame was forsaken. As they drove the nails in his hands and his feet, as death closed his eyes, his cries went to heaven. Oh, Father, forgive them, I hear them repeat. One morning past daybreak, as the crowd slowly gathered, like a sheep he was humble to his Father's own will. So sad was his face that the birds stopped their singing. Jesus, for he's coming again.
One morning past daybreak.
One morning past daybreak, as the crowd slowly gathered,
Like a sheep he was humble
like a sheep he was humble
to his father's own will.
to his father's own will.
So sad was his face.
So sad was his face
Birds stopped
that
their singing.
the birds stopped their singing.
They were walking, my Lord,
They were walking by Lord
up Calvary's hill.
up Calvary's hill. Calvary's hill.
Wilma Lee, this is your night tonight, and I'll tell you what, I'm going to just kind of let you pick out whatever you'd like to do right now. And so she says, well, I want to go to the 5-string banjo, and if you're all ready here, I don't know which one you want to do first, but you get up here and tell them, would you? Let's give her a nice hand and bring her up here once again, shall we? Wilma Lee.
Thank you. Let's do a little bit of the banjo picking girl. Shall we do that one? I'm going around this world, honey, baby. I'm going around this world, baby, mine. I'm going around this world. I'm a banjo picking girl. I'm going around this world, honey, baby. I'm going to Arkansas, honey, baby. I'm going to Arkansas, baby, mine. I'm going to Arkansas, gonna stay with Ma and Pa. I'm going to Arkansas, honey, baby. I'm going around the ocean, honey, baby. I'm going around the ocean, baby, mine. I'm going around the ocean if I don't change my notion. I'm going around the ocean, honey, baby. Yeah. Two banjos. Get it right. I'm going to North Carolina, honey, baby. I'm going to North Carolina, baby, mine. I'm going to North Carolina, from there I'm gonna shine. I'm going to North Carolina, honey, baby. I'm going around this world, honey, baby. I'm going around this world, baby, mine. I'm going around this world, I'm a banjo picking girl. I'm going around this world, honey, baby.
I tell you, Wilma, you're getting more flowers here, and I think that's so beautiful. That thought is really behind this. You folks have really shown us a good time. I hope that you're enjoying the work that we're doing up here. And Wilma's all ready and sweating and raring to go here, and she says, 2 fiddles. All right, boys, let's have it here. Ain't it going to work tomorrow? Because that's my wedding day.
Well, ain't it gonna work tomorrow? And ain't it gonna work today? I ain't gonna work tomorrow, 'cause that is my wedding day.
country. I'm going around this world. I'm going around this country, Lord, for the sake of one little girl. Now I ain't gonna work tomorrow, and I ain't gonna work today. I ain't gonna work tomorrow, Lord, 'cause that is my wedding day. I love my mom and papa too. I love my mom and papa too. I love my mom and papa too. But I need them both to go. Well, I ain't gonna work tomorrow, and I ain't gonna work today. I ain't gonna work tomorrow, 'cause that is my wedding day.
That's Rachel and Oswald.
I'm going around this country. I'm going around this world. I'm going around this country, Lord, for the sake of one little girl. Well, ain't gonna work tomorrow, and ain't gonna work today. I ain't gonna work tomorrow, 'cause that is my wedding day.
All right, Tex, come on over here. We told the folks we'd have you back here and have you do another fiddle tune, and the folks really get a charge out of you, and why not? Because he's one of the greatest old-time fiddlers that I know of anywhere. So, Tex, I'll turn it over here to you, and you take it from there.
Thank you, Stoney. I've got Bill's fiddle here. I hope I can play it. We'll do a little bit of Cotton Eye Joe. We'll get to it.
There we go.
Don't you know that was a man called Cotton Eye Joe? Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? Don't you know that was a man called Cotton Eye Joe? Where'd you come from? Where'd you go? Where'd you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? Where'd you come from? Where'd you go? Where'd you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? Cotton Eye Joe, where'd you come from? Where'd you go? Where'd you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? Where'd you come from? Where'd you go? Where'd you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? Well, I got another verse here, and then we're gonna go home. I fell and stubbed my toe, called the doctor, Cotton Eye Joe. Where'd you come from? Where'd you go? Where'd you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? Where'd you come from? Where'd you go? Where'd you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? Let's go home. Boy, I'm glad that Wilma Lee's helped me on this one. All right, Wilma Lee, if you'll do one more chorus, we'll do one more. Come on, George.
He's trying to hide over there.
That's about right. And my fiddle rod, my bow, gonna play the more than I do. Where'd you come from? Where'd you go? 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 Ah, come on. Ah, yeah.
I'll tell you, all he needs is more guitar players, and that boy can go all night. Thank you, Tex. I'll tell you, he's just a beautiful person to work with, and it's so good to know a man of his caliber. And he is really Dr. Logan. He hates to hear this, but he works for Baird Laboratories. You know, he's back there on the drawing board. I don't say this, kind of smart aleckly. I don't mean it like that. I mean, I'm proud of him because I was one of them that told him go on back and get that rest of that education. He's at MIT when he came down and worked with me. And I said, go on back there and finish up. And then he went ahead to.
Well, Stoney, I'd just like to say that the most enjoyable part of my life, I guess, was the years spent with you and Wilma Lee on the road.
And I mean,
they're wonderful people. I really mean that from the bottom of my heart. The greatest people in the country business. How about it?
oh, bless your heart. Thank you. Well, I'm just glad that you did enjoy it that much because we thoroughly enjoyed having you. And I believe we did work harder that year than any year I was at Wheeling. It was my fullest year, I know, and we were in Canada and all around the country. And Tex said, I'm telling you, I just strictly can't take the road. He says,
Stoney, let's thank the folks for coming and being with us this evening. We thank you for the honor that you've bestowed upon us. We hope that we're just worthy a little bit of it. And over the years that you might not forget us, that you kind of remember the day that you came to the Institute, the Smithsonian Institute, and saw these old country people up here, Wilma Lee and Stoney Cooper, and all of our Clinch Mountain clan. We've enjoyed you so much. Thank you very, very much.
There's a big wheel, there's a big wheel. He's a whole lot bigger than you. There's a big wheel, there's a big wheel. He's a whole lot bigger than me.
When you think you got the world by the tail and you don't have to worry about a thing. When you think the world can never hold you down, do you ever think of his name?
There's a big wheel, there's a big wheel. He's a whole lot bigger than you. There's a big wheel, there's a big wheel. He's a whole lot bigger than me.
Stoney Cooper, everybody. Ain't they great? What about the chorus? Everybody clap their hands here. Make it wrong. Everybody clap.
Don't you know he's watching over you anytime he can blot out your name? There's a big wheel, there's a big wheel. He's a whole lot bigger than you. There's a big wheel, there's a big wheel. He's a whole lot bigger than me.
God bless you. Thank you. Wilma Lee, Stoney Cooper, Tex Logan, and all the Clinch Mountain Clan. Thank you very much.
And Folk Festival USA will continue after a brief pause for station identification.